Today on the Peace of Mind podcast, I will be interviewing our guest, Tamara. She's a social worker in training and a mental health advocate. Within this video, we will discuss personal stories and ways in which music has been beneficial to your life while dealing with mental health struggles. So hello, Tamara, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so I have some questions lined up to ask you on the topic of music and mental health. All right, so first off, what is your connection to music?
Music, it's a soundtrack to my life. It connects with the memories, both good and bad, that I've collected over the years.
That's awesome. I really enjoy that soundtrack to my life. All right. And what are your first memories with music?
My first memories would be of cleaning house with my mom when I was small. She would always have her mixtape on with the Beaches and Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, a lot of music from the 60s and 70s, and we'd be singing along as we were cleaning. So it was a really positive memory for me.
Good.
Also on Saturday nights, they played the Golden Oldies on the radio, and my mom and dad, we would be home and we would all be in the living room listening to that and singing along to the ones we knew, and the kids, we would be dancing, and good memories there too.
That's beautiful. Okay, and so number 3, what is your favorite kind of music? Genre, style, time period, pretty much anything that you can think of.
Okay, so that's a tough one because I don't have just one or two favorites. I like a lot of different styles of music. In particular, I like classical spa type music, music from the 60s and 70s because I have so many fond memories attached to those. Bob Dylan is a particular favorite. And 70s, 80s rock because I was a child during that time, so that was like music of my era.
All right, so diving in a little deeper to that, you mentioned Bob Dylan and these certain things. What aspects of this music resonates with you?
A lot of the music from the 60s and 70s had a lot of political messages and positive voices for change, and I really relate to that in my studies to become a social worker and a mental health advocate. I feel that the music is just as relevant today as it was back when it was created.
That's great. I definitely agree with that for sure.
This resonates with me because I integrate music into my everyday life. I rarely sit in silence. I usually have some sort of background noise happening. So different songs and different genres, they inspire different states of mind for me. So
yeah, I also agree. I do find that listening to things like classical music or calming music while you're studying also is very helpful while cleaning, like more upbeat music like you mentioned.
Exactly.
Yeah, those definitely tie into different moods. All right, so on to the next question. In which ways does music help you to relax or calm down?
Well, like you were just speaking about, that kind of classical music, spa music, meditation music, it helps slow your heartbeat, reduce your breathing, and it helps you reach a calmer state of being.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the low melodic sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, a little more specific now. Has music ever helped you in a specific situation related to mental health?
Definitely. When I'm upset and I have a lot of angst, a lot of pent-up energy within myself, I like to put on some heavy metal or thrash music and clean the house. It's very therapeutic. So it works out all my energy and gets it out in a positive way. And I end up with a clean house, so it's good. When I drive, I like having relaxing music, the classical spa music, for calming, meditation. Yeah, it can be a lot of very good help.
That's awesome. Now, if you're comfortable, may I ask what you struggle with in mental health and how music specifically helps in that?
Yes, I have chronic PTSD, and so there are periods of overwhelm in my life, and using music, especially the classical spa music like I spoke of, it allows me to recenter and ground myself and to get back to a neutral state so I can move on with my day.
That's wonderful. All right, and for the last question today, I know we've kind of already slightly touched on it, but if we could go a little more into detail about how you find these different types of music helpful with different things of your life. What emotions do you find connect with certain songs or genres?
All right, certainly, yes. I mentioned that the hard rock, thrash, punk music helps me work through my anger and get out that angst. When I left my marriage, Billy Talent was a huge band that I listened to a lot because it helped me work through my anger and get through those feelings and motivate me to keep going on and fight, right? Bob Dylan I find very motivational. He has a lot of very political viewpoints that tie in really well with social work. This spa classical orchestral music, very peaceful and calm. I like 60s and 70s rock and folk music to have chilling in the background. When we hang out in the backyard, we do some sing-alongs. It creates a feeling of contentment and joy and happiness. It's one of my favorite things to do. And sad songs, when I'm feeling sad, I like to listen to some things that have more melancholy nature that allows those feelings of sadness to work through so that I can move on from them.
Yeah, sometimes you need to sit with it in order
Yes.
to understand your feelings, right?
Exactly.
And certain types of music that we resonate with can help us work through those things as well.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining me on this podcast today, Tamara.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Have a great day.
You as well.